Chaotic Nerds Podcast, episode 18. I'm Shane.
Josh.
And Nick's not here. He's doing unspeakable things.
By unspeakable working.
Yeah. Let's just make sure he's not online, just in case he didn't get my text. He's not online. Okay. So I guess we can just talk about the Steam Deck because we were already kind of talking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So it weighs 1.47 pounds, obviously, and we were comparing it to that, your GDP Win 2?
GPD Win Max.
Max.
So yeah, so it's probably going to be like the same weight as like the GPD Win 3, which is like the size of just the body of this.
Yeah, because that's the one that doesn't, it's not like a laptop
Yeah,
design.
no, it's like a handheld
Right.
design. And the screen slides up a little bit and there's like a touch keyboard.
Like an old slide phone,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of cool. Touch keyboard.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I'd rather have buttons.
But it's
like,
better than no
nothing,
keyboard,
right.
I guess.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I mean, I haven't seen anything on it that I would be afraid that the sliding mechanism would break. Oh yeah,
Got to turn on the
lights.
lights. So you would think it might break?
Well, yeah, like I had those old phones and I had 2 of them break.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only way I never broke it. It just broke from using it.
Okay.
Like I didn't like drop it or anything. It just like I pushed it up and it broke off the sliding mechanism.
Huh. See, I only ever had one of those, and it was like one of my favorite phones that I had before it was smartphones,
Right,
obviously.
right. And
But
I liked it.
It
just
yeah, mine never broke, but it was also the phone that I had right before I got a smartphone. Or no. Maybe. I don't know. I had my BlackBerry, that BlackBerry Pearl.
yeah.
It was like it was like the slim version of a BlackBerry, and then it had like the T9,
Mhm.
and instead of having each key have a letter, each key had 2 letters. So
Oh.
it had predictive text.
Huh.
So you would like press the
Yeah.
but it was kind of weird, but it was cool, and everybody wanted to play Brick Breaker on it all the time. Like, dude, let me play Brick Breaker.
That's funny.
But yeah, then I had like an orange one. I think I had it before my BlackBerry, but yeah, it slid up and like had the keyboard and everything.
Yeah, I had 2. Well, I guess I had 3. I think I had 2 of one it slid up. I can't remember what that one was called. And the other one I had was the Voyager 2, where it flipped open.
Oh, okay.
So the front was just a full touch screen, and then you flipped it open into the keyboard and the other second screen.
Okay.
So we had 2-screen phones a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah.
This isn't innovation. This is repeating the past.
True. Yeah, my first smartphone had a slide up keyboard still, which like for early smartphones that was great. Now people would be like, "Ew, buttons," 'cause,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I don't know. It just because it would be thicker. If they would
Yeah.
somehow make it the same thinness as smartphones
Mhm.
and still have that keyboard.
A physical keyboard is great.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what anyone says. Like I'm not afraid of buttons.
Right.
But yeah, so I actually got the thing pre-ordered, and like we like vaguely talked over Discord.
Yeah.
I just like I don't want to spend that much money.
Yeah, I get that I wish that they would have just been smart and made it 128 gigs for the 400
Yeah,
price
right,
point.
yeah.
Because one
or
game
even 60 gig SSD at least.
yeah.
At least an SSD. You know what I mean?
Or make it upgradable. They said they at least said it's not upgradable. I don't know for sure because in the base model, the $400 one, it just says that it's regular storage.
and it's
but
an
the
NVMe for the 5.
Yeah, so wouldn't they just have that slot open?
You would think, but I bet you they tell you that it's not upgradable because if you open it, you void your warranty.
Probably.
So I guarantee, like, if I get that thing and someone on YouTube opens it up, a $400 one, and there's an NVMe slot, I'll fucking open it and I'll put a fucking
right. Well, that's
thing
what
in
you
there,
can do
like-
that with this. I don't know. I can't remember if it's just straight up on the back.
You just have to pop it open and then there's a slot.
Well, yeah, you have to take the whole back off of this, and then there's I think it's here,
Okay.
but on I think it's the Win 3, it just has like a cutout here that you unscrew the cutout, and then you can access it right there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking up like the one thing I actually didn't know was that like I knew micro SD cards had like different speeds that there was,
Yeah.
but apparently there's they're on the card itself there it tells you there's like a number with a U around the
Yep,
number.
it's the class of it.
Yeah. So there's 1, 3, and apparently 10.
Yep.
And I couldn't find 10 on Amazon.
Oh, I think a lot of them.
See, well, the ones I saw on Amazon, the 10s would have circles around it instead of the U. So I was like, I don't know.
Here. Let's see what's in here.
Not that I need to buy one right now because I'm not going to have this thing until like early next year. But
Oh, this one's a 1.
a 1.
Maybe that's why I think they load slowly.
I mean, I'm sure even a 10 is probably not that great. But I bet you a 10 might be like the speed of a hard drive, right?
Yeah,
like,
I would think at least
something like that. But yeah, I didn't really want to spend the money. And I feel like for $130 more, you should get like a 500 gig.
Well, I mean, that's just honestly, that's like how much more it would be just if they paid cost.
Really?
I think. Well, maybe not cost because they get it cheaper, but if you went and bought it at the store, that's how much it would be.
Yeah, NVMe's are expensive.
Yeah.
Compared to, like solid state drives that are 2.5
flash
inch?
memory.
Yeah,
it's 2.5,
yeah,
but I think what they have
drive.
I think what they have in is just flash memory.
Yeah.
In the base model.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just going to I'm not going to say I'll not play AAA titles on that, but like there is a lot of games on my Steam library that I've always been like, it would be really cool to like just play these while I'm sitting in the living room.
Yeah.
Or out, if we go camping or something like that, I literally have my entire Steam library with me.
And that's the thing. Like the only reason is like even some easier run games like Halo, that's like 60 gigs. That's that whole thing.
Yep.
If you just want to play, I guess that's all of the Halos. You could install like 1 or 2 of them.
I was gonna buy a 512 gig
SSD.
Yeah.
Or micro SD.
Micro SD.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think it was like $70 or something
like
that.
Oh, yeah. They got super cheap. I think even a 1 terabyte one's only like a little under $200, I'm pretty sure.
That's honestly not bad for like what it is.
Right.
Like,
it's
you have a terabyte.
Yeah. I almost bought one on Amazon Prime because it was like $180. I'm like, I want to put this in my Switch so I can just download every game I own. Because right now I think I have a 400 one or
I have a
480.
128, and it's like, it's only like half full because I don't download everything.
Yeah.
And then I have a 128 that I got at Micro Center for like fucking like $7 or something like that. It might have been 10, but
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I have a backup or something.
Yeah, I think I originally had 128 and I ran out of space, and then I moved up to a 200, which is what I have in this now. And then I ran out of space.
Yeah.
And then I went up to like 400 or 480, I can't remember exactly. And I'll just delete games. It's not like I play every single one of those games. I just like having like the multiplayer ones on there always because, you never know when you're going to play a multiplayer.
Yeah, and then you don't have to sit there and download it while everyone's waiting or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's crazy that someone as mainstream as Steam is making a handheld PC. Because like I've been in this since like 2017. Like I've got the original GPD Win, little tiny
the small one. Yeah.
It was terrible.
Isn't
terrible
it like the size
performance.
Of 3DS.
Yeah, it's the exact same size as the 3DS.
Well, 3DS XL, right? Like
no, it's like I guess it's in between. I think it's a little smaller than an XL.
Okay.
Because it fits in a regular 3DS case.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So, but yeah, that one it could barely run it ran the original BioShock like not the remastered one at like 30 FPS.
Okay.
And it ran surprisingly, it would run Crysis like 25 to 30 FPS. When you get to the harder run stuff, it would slow down. But like overall, you could play a lot of games on it.
That's the other thing I'm kind of impressed with is the amount of hardware they actually put into the Steam Deck. They compared it to About, which could be a little bit better, could be a little bit worse, who knows, but About an Xbox One or a PS4.
A PS4, yeah.
And like that's pretty good, and it does have. You're not probably going to get very much out of it, but it does have ray tracing capabilities.
Oh yeah.
It has RT cores in it and shit like
that.
It
because it's using the
AMD's first gen.
Or I think it's using the same technology that's in the Xbox Series and the PS5.
But it's just down.
Weak. Yeah, it's just weaker.
Yeah.
It's like what RDNA 2, I think.
Yeah, and then it's Zen 2 processor, 4 cores, 8 threads, which like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like even today you could game like moderately well on that 1080p
Yep.
with a
And
1050 or something like that. Like,
and that's like, and it's not even 1080, so it's like you're gonna be playing it at 720 most of the time because it's a weird. It's the same resolution as this.
1200 by 800.
It's the same resolution as this.
Yeah.
Which people are. Well, I've seen some people complain about it not being 1080, but like you want that because one, battery life, two, it'll run games better,
and it's not a big screen.
and you're not gonna unless you're like literally putting it on your eyes, you're not gonna notice. 1080p on that size, it's just like doesn't make sense.
That's like this phone. I can turn this screen to 1440p.
Yeah, that's
Why?
my old phone. I could too.
Why though? Like on your new one, that would be different. It's a bigger screen. You'd probably be able to notice it, but like
maybe.
Yeah, I'm like I'm not wasting the battery life on that. Like,
right? Yeah. The only thing is, it would be cool if it had a higher refresh rate, but I think 60 is fine because most games probably aren't gonna get better than that.
It can output up to 120 when you're on a separate monitor. Yeah,
that's cool.
So if you do put it on another monitor, and they showed it, and it's kind of cool. So like, let's say, like Matt Nolfi, he kind of wants to get into PC gaming.
Yeah,
and he was telling me like, I don't know if he's like, if I did it, I'd kind of want to go all out, and I was like, do you though? I'm like, cause like I'm like,
well, all out.
I'm at like a step below all out, and like that step below is like $1,000 difference about.
Yeah.
So like, I mean,
some people don't know what all out means.
Right.
In PC gaming.
Well, he was like, well, how much would that be? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, he goes, well, how much would it be for me to have like your setup? And he wanted to like, that was like desk, chair, monitors, computer itself, and everything. And it was like just like my stuff that my desk, it's like $3,500.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and he's like, oh, I can't spend that much. And I'm like, yeah, but which I've said, I wish Mike would play his computer a little more, because I'm like,
he did it first.
Yeah, I know, but there's a 2070 sitting in there, and there's a lot of people who could use that. Like,
yeah, I was a little wary of you giving him that.
Yeah, but he bought the computer. He wasn't able to play it, and that 1650 literally only worked in that motherboard.
Yeah,
that's in our
I know.
Computer.
It was shitty situation.
And I don't know. I think I told you about trying to do the RMA with Asus.
Yeah.
How they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
They said that I would have to pay for the shipping and handling both ways, and they would try to repair it. And if they couldn't repair it, they would send me a refurbished one, even though Mike just bought a brand fucking new one a day before.
Right.
Which I was like, I had already owned my Asus motherboard that I bought for my new computer, but I'm like, I don't think I'm ever buying another Asus product again if that's how they're going to do their RMA process.
Oh, yeah, that does suck, because
if
everything I bought just now was Asus.
Well, and like...
So my graphics card, my motherboard, my case.
A lot of that stuff you bought from Micro Center.
Yeah.
So you can return that, but Mike could not return his graphics card to Micro Center because they said, we'll give him his money back, but we can't replace it.
I'm really glad my graphics card worked, because I got it from Mark, who got it from Amazon. So I would have been like, hey, Mark.
Asus or?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about like, hey, Mark, can you try and return this for me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The two companies that, well, like the EVGA Mark's told me about, and I've also read stuff, they're really good about it. And then I just had to deal SteelSeries with my headset, and they were just like, yeah, man, we're just going to we're going to email you a code. You put it on the site, and it'll send you the exact product you have for free with no shipping and handling, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to do 2-day shipping.
That's crazy.
And I was like, okay, do you want me to? I'm like, I kept emphasizing that, like, I will mail you this one back.
Right.
And they were like, no, we don't. Like, the one guy was like, no, it's okay. And then, like, the last time I went on there, because I used the code or whatever, and then I looked up online, because I was like, this dude's telling me it's not a big deal. I'm like, but if something happens, they want it back, because this guy didn't tell me to return it, but because he didn't care.
Right.
So I looked it up online, and they were like, apparently he was supposed to instruct me on how to safely physically destroy the headset.
They want you to just smash it with a hammer.
I was like, well, I could take it to the 4th of July and shoot it. I didn't do that because I didn't have my new one yet, but
yeah.
I mean, even now I'm using the old one still, because it's just slowly getting worse. and until it takes a full shit, I'm not like I took the new one out, made sure it worked, hooked it up. And what's cool is I have the second dongle thing now, so I can bring that down here, and I don't have to buy a splitter for my Switch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah,
because I can just plug that into the PC, plug the USB into that, and then it transfers the audio through both.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep using that because what happens is like sometimes, like if I fuck with the volume wheel on the actual headset, it'll cut off all audio out of the left earphone.
Oh yeah.
If I just use it, sometimes it'll just cut out, and when it cuts out, I have to tap it really hard twice, and then it turns back on.
That's so weird. I wonder if there's just like a wire loose or something.
Probably, but I've had so many headsets do this. I've had 3 headsets have the left earphone take a shit,
and they've all been wireless, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's well. I've looked it up, and like at least for the Logitech one, my white Arctis 933s, I think that's this is 933s, which that was like my favorite headset that I've had other than the Steel Series one. That one, when I looked it up, it said that it was like 1 in like 10,000 of these headsets had that problem.
Oh.
Like barely anybody had the problem.
Yeah.
And I had that headset for like 1.5 years. I was already outside of my warranty. I wasn't going to get it replaced.
Yeah.
And then my parents got me the other one for Christmas, which was like it was a 6 something. So it was like the step down from that.
Oh.
But they bought the replacement plan for that one. So when that one happened, they just sent me a check for the amount that the headset was worth. Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's when I took that money and bought the Black Steel Series one that I had.
Right.
So I don't know. I just go through headsets apparently.
Yeah, I used that one you sold me, the original like Logitech wireless ones.
Yeah.
And those ones never stop working. The battery just kind of dies quick.
Yeah, and the earphones are leather, so they get hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And that one I used till I bought the Zelda Astro A10s or whatever.
Yeah.
And I used those for a long time. I mean, they were wired.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just stopped using those because I bought like sort of high-end headphones or like budget high-end headphones.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like way better audio quality than gaming headsets.
Yeah.
And I just use a mic like this on my computer anyways, so I don't need the headset mic. So yeah, and all 3 of those still work. So I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, if Steel Series would have sent me like a thing for just a coupon for $150, which is like how much the headset is, I was just gonna pay the other $50 and get their Pro Series.
Oh yeah,
because it's only $50 more. It's still wireless. It has like a newer band on it, more cushiony like cups, and it's got like metal components, so it's just built to last longer. So
higher quality,
right? And it has RGB on it, which I don't really. I like that stuff for like my peripherals, kind of, but I don't care about it on the headset specifically.
Yeah, I like when I can see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it's on my headset, I don't see it.
Right.
I guess maybe if you stream, you're looking at yourself sometimes, but
True.
Even then, I don't know.
But anyway, like the point that I was making before we went off on this
back to the Steam. I hate the name of it, by the way.
It's not
Steam
I want to say
Deck.
Stream.
Yeah, because I have a Stream Deck, and every time I see the name, I like put an R in there. I'm like, the Stream Deck. Why are they talking about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what a better name would have been, but I know there's
what was it before? The code name for it was Steam Pal.
That's horrible.
It was, yeah. There's no good name for this apparently.
If it would have shipped with a dock, you could have called it like the Steam Dock or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, what I think is really cool is you can use any dock on it, like just any USB dock.
USB-C dock.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably just 3D print a stand for it.
There you go. Yeah, because I've already found some on Amazon. They're like $40 for like a good one.
Yep.
And it's got DisplayPort HDMI, the USB-C pass through, and then it has 2 USBs.
Yep.
So I'm like, cool. If I just buy this and keep it with it in my bag or whatever, there you go.
Yep.
But yeah, if like someone was trying to maybe get into PC gaming or something like that, and they could in like say a year, they could get their hands on this kind of easily.
Yeah.
there you go. Like if you want to find out whether you like it or not, and you don't want to spend a ton of money, and you could get this, and it could last you for at least a small while, and you can still play Fortnite. You can still play all like the
esport titles.
Yeah. You can even play bigger titles, but at like 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So
and which console quality?
Yeah,
I mean, unless you some of the newer consoles, obviously,
they get 60
but even
for
the
online
newer
stuff.
even the newer consoles are more expensive than this.
Yep.
Which is kind of insane.
Yeah, because he was saying like he's like, I don't know if I want to get a new Xbox, like one of the series, or if I want to get a PC.
Oh, he doesn't even have a new console yet.
No, and he doesn't know. He's like, I'll either get a PC, he's like, or I'll wait a while to get a new Xbox.
Yeah.
And basically, I was telling him like, because he's interested in like doing streaming or like recording videos, because he was interested in that before,
right?
But he couldn't really do it.
Yeah,
he didn't have a computer. He was trying to use a capture card to download the stuff and then take it to his brothers.
Like he would literally, he had like a capture card that would store it on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that one that I have. I let him borrow it for a short period of time.
Okay.
You can put a micro SD in there and it'll just record to it.
Video and stuff.
Yeah. So you kind of wanted to do that, and basically we got down to, let me know when you want to do that, and I'll sit down with you and I'll show you direct price comparisons for like dollar per power, like for the power you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, if you want to do 1080p, 120 hertz, that's not going to be that expensive.
Right.
I'm like, you could get like, say you do it in a year, hopefully you can get like a 3060 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even like a used 2070 or something around there.
Yeah.
And then you can get like your 16 gigs of RAM. You can get a Ryzen 5, whatever, and all that shit. I'm like, you'd be fine. And then in a couple years, you could be like, I want a new graphics card and processor.
Yeah.
Especially if you get a Ryzen, you're probably not gonna have to get a new motherboard unless they change it.
I think they might be changing it.
Okay.
Because they only guaranteed they were gonna do 2 generations, or 2 or 3, and they've done 4.
Right.
So they're probably, the next generation is probably not gonna be the same.
Which is fine. Like, let's say you get a Ryzen 5.
This is way more than Intel's ever done.
No, they do 2. Every 2 they change. So
I thought it was every single one. I could be wrong, but
no. So like, well, at least 6 and 7 were different. 8 and 9 were the same, and then 10 and 11 are the same. So I mean, the last 4 generations have had,
Yeah.
So because that's why when I went to the i9. I didn't have to, I got a new motherboard because I sold Mike my stuff.
Yeah.
But had I not, I could have just put that into my old motherboard.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's just still crazy to me that a big company like Steam is doing a handheld PC.
Well, they were trying to, I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you do, when they were trying to do what was it called? It was the Steam
The Steam, box, maybe?
I don't know. It was like literally like a small computer.
Yeah, well, the problem with that is a bunch of companies made them, and like they were literally just computers, but
and apparently
not good specs.
Apparently Steam is going to let so they have that custom version of
Linux.
This custom Steam version of Linux, which I'm not gonna delete off of mine because you can still get the Epic Game Store on it. You can still get the other game, whatever.
You can. It's basically just it's Linux, so you can download whatever you want.
Right. And they were saying that
as long as it's supported.
As far as they've tested, they haven't had any problem playing Windows games on.
Well, they're using a special program that lets them do that,
right.
And it does make it so that the performance is a little worse.
Okay.
So I might just install Windows. I don't know yet.
Is that stuff straight from the Windows Store they mean, or
what?
Like the games they're talking about, like
no, because games they have to be ported. Yeah,
right.
They have to be ported to Linux.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different coding or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah. So Linux game or Windows games don't always run on Linux. Yeah, they have to be there has to be used this program that like emulates Windows.
Yeah.
And then plays the game. So it doesn't run as well as playing it natively on Windows.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't think it's a huge hit, but it's a hit nonetheless.
It obviously depends on the game.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know yet. I
Yeah, obviously if it poses problems, I'll wipe it.
probably won't get mine till summer next year. So
Yeah, hopefully I can get mine like.
I may have made a mistake. I wanted to get the middle one, but I ended up just doing the high end one because they're both the same quarter. And
You might be able to choose when it comes around to you, because, at least to my understanding, the way I've perceived it from their video, well, IGN's video and like Gamer Nexus, and even their description of it is, it's like a line, right? You're however in line, and when one comes available, you're given the option to buy it. So like, let's say there's 4 groups for tier 3 that you picked.
Yeah.
And you're in group 3. If group 2 and group 1 don't buy all of them and it comes to you and there's leftovers from the others, you might be able to pick it up.
Maybe, yeah.
But I do know if you do want to like pre-order both, you don't have to buy both. And then the $5,
oh, true.
if you cancel it within 30 days of your initial pre-order, they'll give it back to your card.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you can still do it, and they'll just send it to your Steam wallet.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna buy something on Steam eventually anyway.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's $5.
Now,
I think they should have made it a more expensive pre-order to stop.
I agree. I feel like $10, even $10, like would have been.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, because as soon as they said, "Oh, we're making it so that people won't be able to scalp it, so you have to have an account," I'm like, people are still gonna find a way.
The other, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the other one thing that might have helped stop some of it was you had to have made a purchase.
Oh yeah,
in
the last month, or like in the
in June.
Yeah, a month ago, whatever.
But
that's still. People are gonna find a way. They'll buy somebody's account to scalp this.
Right.
They're selling for $2,000 on eBay right now.
How? They're not even out.
Pre-orders.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yep. For the mid model, I'm pretty sure. Not even the high end model.
Like, I can get like a small markup of like $100 if you've got something that everybody wants or something, and you want $100 more than it's worth, and it's easier for someone to get. That's, I don't even encourage that, but like, that's like a better of the two evils. But to charge like 3 times.
And like the shittiest part is like the site crashed instantly, like frame 1. I literally watched the clock turn. I refreshed, clicked, pre-ordered.
I refreshed at 59 and I got in.
Oh really?
And my fucking thing.
I did too. I was refreshing the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, I got in, got my payment like thing, and then I went to review and I clicked purchase, and it was circling or whatever with the little loading thing, and then it crashed in the middle of that.
Yeah,
I was so mad.
So what happened to me is I refreshed. I refreshed at 59. Nothing happened. I refreshed as soon as it turned to 1, and I hit it. I added it to cart, and it was like, "Oh, you need to sign in again." So I signed in again, and then it crashed. It's like, "Oh, we can't process this right now." It wouldn't even let me sign in.
Damn.
So yeah.
Yeah. Then I got in a second time at like 103. And I was in, and I was at the same part, and it crashed again. And then when I went to click on it again, it told me I've tried purchasing stuff too many times that I might need to wait a while.
Yeah, what mine said is, because I eventually did get in further too, is I got to selecting my payment, and I would hit continue, and it would said, "We can't process this right now."
Oh.
And so I would just try periodically, and then eventually it did what it did to you, where it's like, you've tried to buy too many things today. No, I haven't. I've tried to buy one thing.
Right, exactly.
And you said no.
I failed buying it multiple times.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I thought was going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was excited, dude.
That's why I said, good luck.
Yeah, I was sitting at work, and my boss was watching me. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm getting ready to try to pre-order this thing." And he's like, "What, it's like something you really want?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like sitting there looking at my phone, and I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And then I'm like, it's like getting ready. Like I clicked submit payment and everything, and then he was like, "Did you get it?" And I was like, "I think so." And then it was like the crying emoji thing that comes up, and I was like,
that was also pissing me off.
God damn it, dude!
Why the fuck you putting these up here for me? Yeah. You just pissed me off.
I was like, fuck. So I had to wait, and then obviously I got it at like. Which here's the other thing that was weird. They said that it was only going to be till 2:30.
Yeah.
On their site. I got it at 5.
Well, I think the ones that were available this year, because those ones are shipping out in December of this year.
Okay.
And then it goes live for next year's, the ones that aren't going to be the first batch.
Okay.
Because it's opening it up to everybody today.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of if you've made a purchase last month or not, you can still pre-order it
Okay.
now. So now people could really scalp it if they want.
Right.
But they're not going to have it till summer next year.
Yeah, if not later.
Yeah. Summer next year.
Right.
It'll turn into winter next
Quarter
year.
one is like when it says that I'll probably be able to purchase mine.
Yeah, which, I mean, I kind of get why they are doing them at different tiers, but like why, I don't know. It's so weird that like.
I feel like it probably determined like on how many were. So like I bet you not as many people went for the $400 one.
That's what I thought.
I feel like
that's
most
what
people
I
went for
thought,
the $530.
But why would you prioritize that one then?
True. Yeah,
That's what I didn't get with it, because if you look on eBay, it's mostly the mid model and the high end model. Like there's barely any of the low end models, and they're cheaper, obviously. So
Right.
they're scalping for less. I mean, still over $1,000, but
unless they already have X amount pre-made.
yeah, I don't know.
But even then, they said on the IGN video that it was a
Pre-production.
unfinished model.
proto.
So I mean,
Yeah.
but it's finished.
Yeah.
If they're
I mean, it's
fucking selling it. Basically, it's finished.
Yeah.
If they have to tweak something last minute, it's gonna be something extremely minor.
See, that's why I kind of like when smaller companies do it, because it's usually done through a crowdfunding campaign.
Right.
So you just fund it, and then they make however many they
Need to.
yeah, and then they'll make extras because they sell it after. But
Right.
if you get in on the crowdfunding, you're gonna get your model.
Right.
You just might get like some hiccups with it.
Mhm.
I know some because I didn't get the GPD Win 2. I know there was problems with early models of that one, and then I think something else had problems, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know. There's been like probably like 10 different versions of these handheld PCs from different companies.
Yeah, that's the other interesting thing that they released was that they're gonna have that custom thing of Linux or whatever, the Steam Linux thing.
Yeah.
They're gonna have it to where other companies can make their own model with
really?
that on it.
Huh.
They're gonna,
I didn't hear that.
It's like they're what do you call that? Like licensing
okay.
the program, the OS itself.
Yeah.
Which like that could be cool. Because if someone comes out with something like really cool or really innovative or something,
Right.
and they still get like their little, oh, you're using Steam, at least when you
Yeah.
get it initially, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and then the other thing that I'm interested in is there may be the whole seamless game thing where you can.
Yeah, resume.
But I'm saying it's a long shot.
Yeah, I'm skeptical.
I mean,
I don't know if it'll work. And who's to say that you can even do it from Windows to that?
Right.
So like maybe I don't know. We'll see, and
yeah.
won't be for a while.
I mean, maybe, but you know, it's definitely not going to happen within the first 6 months of it being out.
Yeah, it's a cool idea though. At least they're still like.
Just depends if they run into too many problems. If they run into too many problems, they're going to go, fuck this.
Yep.
We're not doing it.
Yeah, and I hope this doesn't happen. It would be insane if it did. Remember how they started selling the Steam controller for $5? What if this goes down to like $150 at some point?
Maybe in a couple of years when the hardware is like really
Right.
outdated.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But even in a couple years, it won't be really outdated. You'll still be able to play
True.
a lot of games on it.
Because I got the Steam controller and the Steam Link combo. Well, my sister bought it for me for Christmas like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah,
She got it for like $45
yeah.
for the combo.
I bought my Steam controller at GameStop for like $20,
Yeah.
and then I almost bought another one when they were going for $5.
If you're playing like a platformer with a thumbstick, it's okay.
Yeah,
But if you're doing really much more than that, it's not good.
well, what I liked it for is just like when you're playing something that kind of requires mouse and keyboard, but you just want to like lean back.
Yeah.
like it's easier with that. Like you just use it as a trackpad, and you can map buttons to whatever you want.
Right.
And I played through Tomb Raider on it, and it was okay. It wasn't like great,
Yeah.
obviously with aiming and stuff, but I didn't have
high-
any problems.
It's not high intensity
Yeah,
like an
most of
online
the time,
game,
yeah.
right? So
So I don't know. I thought it was a a good middle ground, but I'm glad they included thumbsticks on this.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have sold well if they didn't.
If it, just touchpads and buttons, like fuck. I don't think I would have bought it.
I don't remember. The screen isn't touch?
It is.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. The screen is touchscreen, and
I couldn't remember
it has the touch
And
pads.
the touchpads, which is kind of redundant, but also
Yeah.
kind of cool. I mean, they obviously can be used as different things.
Cool if I'm in my Steam library and I can be like game, this,
Yeah.
play.
Like Switch if you're playing
Yeah.
handheld,
What would be
basically.
even cool is if they incorporate it with certain titles or something like that. So
Yeah.
like if you're playing like one of those story rich games where you're literally it's like choices and you just have to like walk around or whatever.
Yeah.
You could be like, I want to go here, touch this, oh, this choice. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's those book style games where it's like, here's the screen. You need to click on that thing. You need to click on that thing.
Yeah,
read this thing.
like point and clicks.
Yeah,
Basically.
yep. So I mean that could be interesting.
Yeah. Another thing that I hope people do, our developers, is someone was a different YouTuber was talking about it, saying that developers might like target this hardware for the low end specs.
Okay.
So like make it playable, but then like also have the settings that bump it up so you
Right.
can get the most out of the game.
Right.
But like if they target this for like newer games, then it'll last a long time.
Right.
And I do hope that developers do that because like it's not sacrificing a lot. You're just
Mhm.
it's like making a game on the Switch. You're
Yeah. You're just turning
toning
down
it
the
down.
settings.
Yeah, you're toning it down a lot and optimizing it more, which
Right.
will help everybody in the long run.
And like, yeah, I don't know. It's like people are saying like, oh, this is the Switch killer. No, it's not.
No, because Nintendo.
And that's not even what they want it to be. They just
No.
want it to be. Sure. Is it a like direct competitor
sorta, yeah,
to the Switch? Kind of, because it's a handheld and it's
a gaming device.
it's a gaming device. But
But
it's literally a computer.
yeah,
Like
it's a PC aimed for playing PC
Yeah.
games, and the
And it-
Switch is Nintendo.
now,
like,
if this was like if Steam was like we're coming out with exclusives,
yeah,
but then I'd be like, look, buddy, you're getting into the wrong market because you're not gonna beat Nintendo's exclusives.
right.
Don't get me wrong, Valve has some cool games, but they haven't done anything with games in a while.
No,
So, but they're not doing that. They're like, do whatever you want with it.
right.
Buy it and do whatever the fuck you want with it.
I'm just super surprised they're doing 400 for the base.
Mm.
I do like again. Why not at least 128 gigs? It's not that much more to double flash memory. I mean, I guess I don't know right now because there might be a shortage on it. I'm not positive. But
Even if it was 450, 550, and 650. You know what I mean? Instead of 400, 530.
well, even I
and-
still can't even see it being $50 more to double the memory of like.
But if it was an
an
SSD,
NVMe,
yeah.
yeah, if it was an NVMe, maybe. But
Which, do they even make 128 gig NVMe's?
they do, yeah.
Okay, I don't know who would buy that, but
I don't know either. I don't think they're very expensive,
yeah,
which is
I wouldn't think so.
even more to my point.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but it is. I'm glad a big company is finally doing something like this.
You know what's funny is like after you were telling me, we were messaging on Discord about it.
Yeah.
That night I had a dream that they had the carrying case.
Yeah.
I had a dream that the carrying case had slots to put a graphics card and external memory in it, and that you
so you could beef it up on the go. Oh,
like woke up, I was like, that's not gonna happen.
Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah, the Switch OLED's also getting scalped a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to get like since you weren't here last week, like your general opinion on like what you think of.
I mean, I think it's a good idea. I wish it was more powerful. I wish it would have at least had the bump that the new 3DS had,
If to me,
which is just like that little much just to make games run what they're supposed to
right.
run.
Like I said, if you already have a Switch and you're not like you making videos or like have an outside
Yeah.
reason to own it, it's not really
We're
worth buying.
hardcore Nintendo fan.
Yeah. But if you don't have a Switch, get this one.
Yeah.
But if they would have like, my whole thing is my three biggest gripes are one, that they were lazy enough. They were so lazy that they couldn't redesign the board and the dock to keep the third fucking USB port.
Oh yeah, that's very.
I'm like, oh my god, you're literally doing exactly what people did for $15.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
the
I
thing
know
is,
it's not the whole $50,
Right,
obviously, but
yeah, I mean the screen and the
right. There's many things that justify the $50.
People sources are saying that it only costs $10 more to make this one, but
Whatever.
I mean, whatever. That's what I said too. And I was like, people are literally bitching about that. They're like, oh, they're charging too much. Yeah, it's a company. They're gonna they're wanting to make money.
I agree with Wolfden. When I watched his video on it, he said that he thinks there's no backing this, but he thinks Nintendo might have been like, I feel like we could have sold the Switch for a little bit more,
especially right now. Yeah, they're
so
like, because it's selling. It's the best selling console out of every
why
console
not get
currently.
Okay, we're coming out with a new one with a couple small things, $50 more.
Yeah, and I mean,
the old one's not discontinued,
right? And they literally are putting more money into it,
Yeah.
and they obviously had to develop it, so that's development costs and stuff.
And
so
if
it's
you-
not like it's completely unjustified.
If you made it the same price, nobody's going to buy your older model at all.
Exactly,
And then
yeah.
all your overstock that I know you have is just going to sit there.
yeah,
So, but yeah, that's my biggest gripe is the whole, and it's not even that big of a deal, but it's my biggest gripe is you fucking took a USB port away
for
to add
no
an
reason.
Ethernet cable.
well, at least they're adding an Ethernet cable
Yeah.
because they need it for their
Yeah.
games. If their online structure was better or the Wi-Fi was better in the Switch, but it's terrible. The Wi-Fi is not great on the Switch to begin with, and their online service is garbage.
Yeah.
So you need LAN.
My second gripe is the fact that they're even justifying or even bringing up that the speakers are better. It's like, and it's not like I'm not bitching about it, but like, really, that's one of your selling points is that the speakers are better.
I mean,
The speakers aren't bad on the Switch now.
I wouldn't say that they're bad, but they are not great.
No,
If
I don't
there's
even think
noise
I don't even
around,
think these ones are going to be great. They'll probably be a little bit better.
I guess I forget where I saw like something article that mentioned that they actually are a significant upgrade, but I mean we won't know until we actually
Just don't think it's
hear
a
it.
selling point. Like,
yeah, I mean I would say it's worth mentioning.
I guess, yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's like why would we not mention this? That's just the only thing. And that's all they did was mention it.
My third is they didn't say anything about even remotely trying to fix Joy-Con drift.
Yeah, which sucks.
Which I'm like, you
is
could have
annoying.
at least been like, we're working on it. I'd have been like, all right, you're working on it.
Well, I think the reason is because they literally have a class action lawsuit against them,
Oh.
so they don't want to admit that there's a problem because then it'd be a
Then
lot.
they have to fix people's Joy-Cons and stuff.
Yeah.
But then
Which they were already doing for free anyways.
yeah,
All
Which-
you have to do is as long as you didn't open it, which I've opened every one of mine, so
yeah. So
didn't matter for me.
the one thing though that they could have done, and it really wouldn't have been that much more expensive, is if you would have just upped the RAM.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's just like in line with making it a little better. So
Right, yeah.
I
What does it have? 4 gigs of RAM in it.
think so. Yeah.
So even if you made it 6,
Yeah. Well,
It's an odd,
which is
but-
weird is they updated the development kit to have 8 gigs of RAM because it used to only have 6.
mm-hmm.
Now the development kit has 8.
Yeah. So like, I mean,
So
that would have that little tiny bump that's not expensive would have been just enough to be like, okay, you're playing like Hyrule Warriors and the new expansion. From what I've heard, there can be some hiccups in it here and there.
oh yeah, sometimes it's
So-
single digits.
Really. So
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
just that RAM alone would help those
Probably.
loading and like loading in the characters and
yeah.
stuff like that. So like, I mean, it would have just helped everything be slightly smoother.
Yeah.
I mean, so you don't have to replace the processor. You don't have to replace. What I mean, it's probably a CPU GPU combo in there. I honestly don't know, but
Well, because it's the Tegra 1. It's from Nvidia.
okay,
And it's like what's in the Shield TV. I don't know if you heard of
Oh,
that,
okay, all
but
right.
it's just more. I don't know how to put it, but it's better in the Switch
Yeah,
because they
the way they
did
utilize
something.
it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so like, I don't know. I'm not like against this. I just have some small points from like,
I just think people were expecting too much because of the reports.
I completely agree. People got too hyped because of fake shit.
Yep.
They're like, Switch Pro, Switch Pro, Switch Pro, and I'm always like,
And they
maybe.
literally
Maybe.
they've literally been saying Switch Pro since the Switch Lite. Like before the Switch Lite came out, they're like, "Oh, they're coming out with a new Switch. It's the Switch Pro."
And now people are like, they might be still coming out. No, they're fucking not.
No, why would they release something
No.
and then release something that overshadows it?
Yeah, and like this is now the third iteration of a Switch.
And then
this is the final iteration of the Switch before a new console comes out.
I hope.
Unless it's like special editions and stuff like that, obviously, right? But like they're not gonna fucking be like, oh, hey guys, in 2 years we're gonna come out with the Switch Pro. No, you're not. In 2 or 3 years, we're probably gonna come out with a new console.
I hope. If they don't do that, that'll suck. But
Yeah.
I am glad the Switch is lasting
as long as it did.
Yeah, that one. Because I was a little worried since, like, it's obviously not as powerful as even like a PS4,
Right.
that it wasn't going to last as long.
It's like the middle between 360 and PS4-ish era, right? Like,
yeah. So it's cool it's lasting as long as it is.
yeah.
So
What do you think they'll do with the next console? Like, if you had to guess,
I mean, I think at this point they would have to
stick with something,
the Switch style.
right?
I feel like, I mean, obviously more powerful, and I don't know. I don't know if they would.
Do you think they would go over the top, or do you think they would like?
Nintendo. When is Nintendo? The only time they
I'm
ever
talking
went,
about like you're scratching your head of like, what the fuck is this? 'Cause that's what people kind of did with the Wii a little bit. They were like, what the fuck is this? Not necessarily like, oh, we're extremely innovative, but like,
I'm trying to think,
you're looking at it and you're just like, what the hell?
Because like they're so hard to predict. Because like, who would have predicted the Wii U after the Wii? Oh, a terrible name. I
Which
think
basically is what the Steam Deck is. It's basically a Wii. It's like a strong Wii U.
Well,
because it's all in one, and
yeah. Well, the Wii U had the gamepad was separate, like
right.
wirelessly communicated. I don't know, but I really don't know what they do unless they do something like. I can't.
I feel like if I had to bet money on something, my bet would be that it would be a thing like the Switch, right? That you take out, but the dock increases performance.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
A step up, but not like a over the top re-innovation or anything like that. But it's like, yeah, when you have it, you're playing it, whatever. When you plug it into here, it has upgraded cooling. It's got a new chipset, and it does this and that, and it like 1.5 times the performance.
Yeah, and that's what people were speculating a Switch Pro would be too. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen, but I don't think that'll happen with the current Switch.
Right.
Maybe for next gen. I think I agree with you. That is the most likely thing that would happen, because what Nintendo likes to do is they like to use stuff that they know works. Like, they don't like to use new technology that much. They use new ideas, but the technology behind it is old.
Right. Yeah, and I don't think they would go any route of like having like a stream service like Stadia or anything like that, where they have like a lower budget console that plays off of servers. I don't think they're gonna get into that.
Yeah, I think if anybody does that, it would be Microsoft.
Yeah, yep.
Or like
because of Game Pass and stuff.
xCloud and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nintendo's weird.
They are weird, because the only time they've ever went over the top with like power and stuff was the GameCube.
Yeah,
and the GameCube was the loser of that generation. So they're like, "Fuck this! We're making the GameCube again, but giving it motion controls."
Right.
And then they were the best.
Yeah, and you're like, it was like, you can still play your GameCube games on this.
Yeah.
Which like that was like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. It just had the GameCube ports.
Mm-hmm. Which the Wii U had you couldn't play GameCube discs, but it had like the fucking, what you call it? Yeah, the adapter. Which, I mean, it's still cool, because I don't know. I feel like they're at least when the Wii U was out, they were still like, yeah, the GameCube scene is still a thing. At least the controller scene, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, they're still doing that with the Switch. You can still get a thing
for Smash and other shit.
Yeah,
you can use it for other games, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't have the clicking sticks,
right?
And it doesn't have an extra bumper.
Yeah, unless you have like the PowerA wireless one or whatever, but then you don't
Yeah,
need the
that's just
dongle thing.
right. Yeah.
Did you see LeBron was in Fortnite?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was he in his Space Jam outfit? I think.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't remember. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, and I guess the last thing on the Switch OLED is it is getting scalped, but not to the extent as other consoles.
Yeah.
It's only like 400 to 500 for the online on eBay,
Okay.
which still sucks that they're doing that. But like, if they're only getting $50 to $100 from it, do you think people are going to continue to do that? Like, I doubt it, because they're
No.
making like 400 to 500 on PS5s, and they're like, if these Steam Decks are selling for 2,000, they're making 4 times
Listen to me,
what
people.
they paid.
If you're paying $2,000 for $500 worth of hardware, you're a fucking moron.
Just buy one of these.
Yes, just
Literally
buy
buy one of these. They're like $1,000, and they do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little bit weaker than that,
Right.
but
Fuck it. I mean, I don't know, dude. If you're dumb enough to pay scalping prices, then I don't even need to talk to you about it, because well, like I said, if you're paying like, it's like think of like Pokemon cards and shit.
yeah.
The prices just that go up and down and stuff like that. Yeah, there's some scalping on there that people are like charging more than like what other people might want to pay for them. It's always what people want to pay or were willing to pay and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Exactly. So if people would just be like, it's FOMO. They're like,
yeah,
I need this. People want to sell it this much. Wow, I must
it
need
must
it.
be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It never is.
No, this is LeBron. Apparently, he has 3 different. One from Space Jam, one from maybe Space Jam. He's got a taco shirt on. I don't know. And then one where he's the king.
Huh.
He looks like he's from the fucking Matrix in the front one.
Yeah.
Like you're the chosen one, LeBron.
A little weird.
I don't know. Fortnite's we've talked about it a few times, but I don't know. I don't know how much I don't know. LeBron's in a spot right now where he's under a lot of flack about a lot of stuff, and I don't know if putting LeBron in your game was necessarily the.
I haven't heard. I don't.
LeBron's like defended China.
Oh, weird.
And yeah, and like, not to get into like political stuff, but like he's very active. No matter how you feel, he's very active about all of like anything that's going on.
Oh, really?
So he's very outspoken and very opinionated.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who agree with him, and there's a lot of people who don't agree with him. So it's like, I don't think anyone's gonna get mad that you put LeBron in the game, but how well it'll sell, I really don't know. I mean, it's kids though, and kids like LeBron.
Yeah.
So apparently, this is the full. I don't know, what the fuck? This looks weird.
Got some long legs.
Yeah.
Which I mean is probably true, but
That's the skin right there. It's LeBron in Fortnite.
Realistic.
Very realistic.
Oh yeah. Somebody might have discovered a way to fix Joy-Con drift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just have to put a piece of cardboard behind the thumbstick and then close it back up. So putting that little bit of pressure on the back of it makes it so that it doesn't drift anymore.
Oh. I mean, okay. Do you think it'll last a while, or do you think you'll have to refix it once in a while?
Person that put it out there is saying that he's had it for months and it still is fine.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I mean, even if it doesn't last forever,
Right.
that's still a good, decent fix
Yeah.
for a while.
Right.
And like, if that's all Nintendo has to do, they just have to make the backing of the thumbstick just thicker. Yeah.
So it doesn't wear out and
Yeah, so it doesn't like pop off and.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pay this guy. Hire him, Nintendo.
Right.
If it works. Like he says
Yeah,
it does.
yeah.
Obviously that's
I mean, people have been trying it and they say it works, but obviously it's only been out there for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
So
there's no
we won't know
long-term
for
results yet.
yeah, we won't know for a while.
Yeah.
If it stays for over a year or something. But I mean, mine didn't drift for like 3 years, and I had like 100 hours in Breath of the Wild only using the Joy-Cons because I didn't have a Pro controller then.
Yeah. Yeah, when's Skyward Sword supposed to come out?
Yesterday.
Oh, it came out
Or, I
yesterday.
mean, Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to pre-order it, so I just went to GameStop but got it.
They had it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I got this shirt.
Nice. Yeah.
Caps Corp logo.
I like when stuff's on the arm or like on the
Yeah,
back or like
yeah, it
chest
does- and it has
logo.
it on.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh yeah. Nice.
There's nothing on this arm.
Yeah,
but,
they have some cool shirts up there.
and it was only $20 too, which
Yeah, and a
is
lot of times
decent.
they're buy one get one half off,
yeah.
or once in a while they're buy one get one free.
So I didn't really like the dude that was working there. He's like really trying to get me to become a pro member. I'm like,
Which guy was it?
he's skinnier, has long hair, decently long hair. It's like down to like here,
Mm,
like pushed back, sorta.
I'm not sure. I haven't been up there in a
His
few
name
months.
might have been John. I don't know.
Okay, I haven't been up there in a few months.
But he and then he was trying to get me to get the warranty on Skyward Sword. I'm like, nah.
Who buys that?
I don't
Like,
know.
game warranties, like-
he's like, oh, my copy of Pokemon Sword broke, and I wish I would have bought it here.
I'm sure you just got a new one 'cause you work at GameStop.
Oh, he said he bought it from Walmart.
So you saved $10.
Yeah. I was like, that doesn't happen. And he was saying, like, especially with digital games, that really doesn't happen with digital games.
Right, it's like impossible.
Yeah. He was just talking out his ass.
I was at Walmart the last week and I saw they had Monster Hunter Stories 2 and it was only
Uh-huh.
$50.
Oh,
Like,
really?
what the fuck? I almost bought it, but I was like,
And apparently there's really some frame rate issues on Switch.
yeah. I watched this one girl. She plays Monster Hunter and like Final Fantasy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was asking her. I was like, well, I'm like, did you? Because she was playing it. I'm like, are you playing it on Switch or on PC? Because it had like the buttons like on the thing, and I was like instead of her using keyboard mouse, she was playing with.
Yeah,
and I was-
controller.
She was like, I have it on PC. She's like, I've just heard from my friends that it has frame issues. She goes, so I bought it on PC because I'm gonna play it on stream anyway.
Yeah.
So and she's like, and I was like, well, how's the port? Because that was the other question I was wondering was like, is
Yeah,
it,
how it is it on
and she
how
said
is it on
she
PC?
said she hasn't ran into any problems with it, and that it like has an okay amount of like settings to change and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I know like I play my Switch an okay amount in spurts, but like I've just found that like if I buy a game on my PC that I know that I'm gonna like, I tend to for some reason dump more time into it because
Yeah.
I feel like when I sit down, like this is just me, but like I feel like when I sit down to game at like my computer, I know I'm like that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting down and I'm gaming at my computer, whether I'm playing my Switch, my computer, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I play my Switch at least handheld or something like that, I'm always like I play it for like half an hour and then I turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, I do that too when I play handheld, but most of the time I play my Switch and my PC at the same place.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm actually the opposite. I get a game on PC and I don't play it as much.
Yeah.
Unless it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's the only time because I mean, the only thing I play on Switch is like multiplayer Smash or like some fighting games.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if there's crossplay between Switch and PC or not.
That would be cool, but
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. And yeah, it does suck that the port like made it for Switch. How can you not make it run
Right.
like constant?
From
And apparently, like it's not like terrible, but
from what I heard, the biggest time that it drops is when you're playing multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I heard that like the hub world can like just get frame drops
Okay.
sometimes.
Gotcha.
Like that's not a big deal. It's in the hub world, and
Right.
and it's a turn-based game anyways, isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah,
Mhm.
so not like a big deal.
It's like turn-based with QTE stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. It's just you made it for the Switch. Make
Right.
it work on the
Right.
Switch.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Because that's what they did. How does this game have frame drops,
And
but
Rise
Rise
is fine.
doesn't? Yeah. What? Rise is technically harder to run.
Yeah.
And I guess it depends on your preference, but I think it looks better.
Yeah, I mean they both have their merits. On,
Yeah, I
like-
mean it's obviously a different art style,
right,
but
yeah,
like
completely
it-
different.
I would think that Rise would be more graphically intensive to run than
Textures, shading, shadows, all that kind of stuff. like-
right. And open world,
Yeah.
like active open world or
Mhm.
not open world, but open
Oh,
stages.
yeah.
And active, like you have multiple monsters doing things. Always.
Small monsters doing things, bugs, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like just,
in this turn-based game where there's only like, I guess probably 6 to 8 characters doing something on
it's like
screen
a
at
dungeon.
once. Yeah,
yeah, like
it's
yeah, I
just
don't know.
weird
It
to
is
me.
super weird. I don't know though. I'm
Maybe
gonna get
it'll-
it. I want to play some other stuff that I have first before I get it. I'm glad that I held all. Like, dude, whenever a game comes out, if I don't buy it in that first week, my chances of holding off are a lot higher.
Yep. Yeah.
If I buy it in that first week, I'm like, it's that first week where every day I'm just like, I want to buy this.
Yeah, I almost didn't buy Skyward Sword, but I don't know. I remember loving it on the Wii. Like it got really high scores on the Wii, but like it had probably the most controversy out of any other Zelda game.
Really?
Because some people hated the controls, some people hated the way it looked, just because it was more
Cartoony.
Yeah, it was more. It was like Wind Waker.
Yeah.
It to an extent.
Which I also have. I
And-
haven't played that or Skyward Sword.
And it just came from Twilight Princess, which was a darker, grittier Zelda game. So
Mhm.
people wanted more of that, and I think Skyward Sword is one of the best games. I mean, it put down the foundation for Breath of the Wild. It has the stamina system, the climbing, like all that stuff came from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Or from Skyward Sword.
Yeah. I'll probably get Skyward Sword after I play
And
Breath of the Wild.
Skyward Sword has best Zelda.
Yeah, because I have Breath of the Wild now. Obviously, I got it cheap at GameStop on sale the one day.
Yeah.
Which I want to play eventually. I will get around to playing it, but
Yeah, I mean, I think once you start playing it and you get past the first thing, which maybe takes even the first thing was fun to me, but it's a little slower because you have to get all your powers slowly.
Yeah.
And then once you get everything, then you get to leave and do whatever you want. But
yeah, I'm sure I'll get right into it because, like, I don't know.
at the beginning of the game was so fun because it was like you have to build up all your items, you have to build up your
And I love all
hearts
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you
I
have to,
love crafting or like making stuff or finding stuff,
yeah,
looting, all that kind of shit.
yeah. The only thing you really craft in that game, you craft some armor, but like once you craft, it's done. You don't.
Right.
It doesn't degrade or anything.
Okay.
The only thing that degrades is your weapons, and you can't fix them,
Oh, okay.
which
so,
kind of is annoying. But you get used to it. Like once,
So even your Master Sword.
well, no, everything but the Master Sword, it does quote unquote break, but it regens.
Oh, okay. So once it breaks, you're like, I can't use it for however long, and then,
Yeah, and it's only if you use it till it breaks. If you stop using it, it regens still.
Okay.
So yeah, that one's the only one, but every other weapon, and there's different weapon types, which is different than
Yeah. So I'm
other
sure
games.
you're switching constantly.
Yeah,
And stuff
so
like
you
that.
have like the spears, you have long swords, like big huge claymores,
Mhm.
and then bows and arrows, and then regular swords and shields. I think there's one, and there's
Can you
like
get a Deku stick?
you can get a stick.
Okay.
It's not the Dooku stick.
Can you get nuts to throw?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But you can get a giant leaf that blows
Oh.
wind.
Okay. That sounds cool.
That's how you can sail some boats. you
Oh.
wind into the sail and
Okay.
it pushes you, and then the regular wind can take over at that point, sorta. But you can still,
To get going.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, there's a lot of Zelda games I haven't played. I just I like the franchise, but I don't love the franchise.
Yeah. And
So
I mean,
like the only games I've beaten are Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, and Four Seasons. That's it. Those are the only 3 Zelda games I've ever beaten.
I think I'm beating probably 3/4 of them. I don't know. A lot of the DS ones I didn't play.
Yeah.
I don't think I've beaten any of the DS ones, which I think there's only 2.
What was that one that we bought at Five Below?
Oh, Triforce Heroes or something.
Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, on the 3DS.
Yeah.
We still gotta try that sometime.
I'm down. I
It's
want to
literally
play it.
sitting like next to my record player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just so I don't forget about it.
It was $5.
I need to find my 3DS charger though, because my 3DS isn't dead. It's a half battery now after 4 years of sitting and
Really?
like, dude,
That's
it won't,
crazy.
It won't die.
I might have to replace my battery.
Really?
I don't know if it was the game I was playing or if it was my 3DS, because it only lasted for like 2 hours and then it died.
Yeah, I bought.
And then
two
that
different
was like
chargers.
a month ago. And then it happened twice too, because I played it one day and I was like, wow, I didn't get very far before this died. I wonder if the battery's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'll charge it and try again. But it was the same game I played both times, so It might have just been the game.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it with a different game yet.
Yeah, because I bought Dragon Quest VII for the 3DS, and I still want to play through it because it's only on 3DS. But
Yeah. Well, 7 really only on 3DS? I thought it was on something else.
it was on PS.
Like 2.
Yeah, I think it was PS2 or PS3. But I found it for 3DS for kind of cheap. So
And I heard it was good.
yeah, apparently it's one of the best. So
The only Dragon Cat. It was apparently on PlayStation 1.
Dragon Quest
Originally.
7?
Originally.
I knew it was like a remaster, but
Yeah, PlayStation, it came out in 2000. And then the 3DS, and that's it. And,
Really?
And the phones.
yeah, because
What? It came out. Why did it take 3 years to come out in the rest of the world? It came out in 2013 for the 3DS in Japan, and then in 2016 in the rest of the world.
it came out like literally at the very end of the 3DS's life,
Yeah,
basically.
literally, yeah.
Like that's wild.
Even though in Japan it came out like mid-cycle. Well, I guess it was a decent way in.
Yeah,
But
that's weird.
no, I guess that was mid-cycle because it came out in 2011.
Did it?
The 3DS, yeah.
Okay.
Because I was a junior, I think, or junior or senior,
Yeah,
which is 2011.
right.
Because I didn't have a job yet. I think we talked about this
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I didn't even
You only
when
had like Street Fighter or something like
well,
that.
I did when I first bought it. I didn't even get any games.
Yeah.
I only had the built-in games and DS games because I traded in basically everything I had. Well,
Yeah.
everything like
That you-
handheld because I
yeah.
regret trading in my SP, and I had 2 regular DSs, so I traded in one of those. Tyler has the other one.
Yeah.
I need to get it back. I keep forgetting every time I'm here, and he's not here, of course. But I traded my regular DS, my DSi, and my SP.
I regret trading in my DS Lite because it was this sweet ass.
I never had one.
It was a charcoal gray on the bottom, and then it was like a midnight blue with like sparkle in the on the top. It was so cool
yeah.
because it was when I broke my regular DS in half. I went and bought that one. Yeah, I went, dude, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed on the DS.
I don't even know why did you play that on the DS.
I don't know. I think it was before I had a 360 because I got a 360 like 2 years before they stopped coming out or whatever.
Really?
Because I got the arcade, the Xbox 360 arcade when the Slim came out. And
Yeah.
the arcade didn't come with a hard drive. It had like
right.
it had
like
a 240 megabyte.
yeah
plug in,
SD
yeah.
or like literally memory card.
Yeah,
like,
memory card.
when those were a thing.
Because then I bought a 60 gig hard drive later down the road. Because I remember it was like $220 for the Xbox 360 arcade, or
Oh, yeah.
$320 for the regular one with the 60 gig
drive,
hard drive. And I
yeah.
was like, nah. I'm like, and that I think it was like a Christmas present or something like that. But anyway, yeah, it was before I had a 360. So I was playing it on that because we had like a Wii, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I was until like I had a Wii for I think 2 years before I got a 360.
Because I had a Wii, an Xbox, a PS2, and then I had a DS. But like on the fucking DS, dude, on that game, you're fighting like you fight bosses when you'd use like force powers or whatever. You have like a thing that would come up on the touch screen. And you'd have to like drag force orbs into this little circle.
That's weird.
And I remember on the final boss, you had to do it like all the time. And like if you failed, you died. And I was on the final boss, and I literally did it for like, I'm not exaggerating, like 4 or 5 hours straight one day.
Jesus.
I couldn't beat it. And then I turned it off, and I went to do it the next day, and I did it like for another hour or two. And I was sitting there, I don't know, I might have been like 13 or something like that. And I was like, ah! And I literally just snapped it. Like the top screen broke in half.
What?
And then the
You
bottom.
didn't even break the screen off. You just broke the literal thing in
the
half.
thing it broke in half, and then the bottom like cracked.
You're crazy.
And like the screen was all like, and I'm like, God damn it. And I went to my mom, I'm like, Mom, can we go to GameStop? And she's like, why? I was like, my DS just broke.
I don't know how.
I was like, she's like, what? I'm like, I think I told her I like dropped it or something. I never showed it to her.
That's funny. Oh man.
So then I got the DS Or no,
I didn't even
the
play
bottom
that.
screen didn't break. The plastic cracked. Because I
Oh.
remember I tore the top screen off and I kept it as a fucking like light up Game Boy Advance.
Oh
And I
yeah.
literally played Game Boy Advance games on it.
That's what people make it, and they call it the Game Boy Macro.
The fuck?
They literally, they use broken DS lights.
Okay.
So if the screen on the top screen's broken, you just make that, and it's just like a bigger like Game Boy Advance.
Right.
And like it's really cool because they like will put like a light bar on where the hinge is,
Oh, okay.
and they look sick.
Hmm.
But that's
Yeah.
why I tried to buy a DS Lite like a couple months ago, and they're like 140 if you could find them in stock.
You want a
somewhere.
DSi?
A DS Lite.
My sister has a DSi.
Oh, I just wanted the DS Lite because it plays.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, which doesn't. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because I have the Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm so glad I have that. I'm so glad I wasn't dumb enough to sell that.
Yeah.
because I had that at the same time. I'm so glad I didn't sell that. 'Cause I'm sure those are probably pretty expensive now.
Probably, yeah.
I do hate that it has the different faceplates, and I fucked up all of them except for one.
Oh. Like, how'd you fuck them up?
They're super scratched up because they're just a
Mm.
piece of plastic, and
Yeah.
like the ones that I didn't have on it are the ones that got messed up because
Okay.
I had them like in a drawer or something,
Right.
and everything else in the drawer
Got
scratched.
jostled around.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
They have like really deep cuts in them.
Okay.
Grooves messed up, so I don't think there's any fixing it.
Yeah, I remember I used to have these Stormtrooper like action figures, like the high quality ones, and something happened to where like I had 3 of them and like all their hands fell off, and then I had these like little nails that were like this long, like 1.5 inches long or something like that, and I remember I just like I don't know, I was like 7 or 8, but they fit perfectly and they could still like turn a little bit, so I'd shove them in there, and then I had them and then I'd make
The
them sword
nails?
fight, yeah, I'd make them sword fight like with the nails as their arms.
So seems dangerous.
I think I
but-
still have one.
with the nails in it.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it.
That's funny. Oh man.
So have you been watching My Hero? Are you caught up on that or
Yeah. Yeah.
spoiler alert people? 3, 2, 1. Okay, what happened in the newest episode that you've seen?
They teamed up with the seal guy.
Oh, King Orca.
No,
Oh.
that's the orca guy.
Okay.
He literally is a seal.
Why do I not remember this guy?
He's the one that the frog chick did her first internship with.
I thought she did it with Oh, yeah, never
No,
mind.
he's
Yeah,
literally just a
yeah.
seal.
Okay,
He's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
person.
He uses like sonar shit in the
Yeah, he,
water.
like,
Okay,
clicks.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, okay. Now I remember. Okay, so who teams up with him?
The dragon girl, which is who the frog girl and
Yeah.
the girl that makes things lighter.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm terrible
Ochako.
with names. Yeah,
And
they
Froppy.
yeah
I
they're
don't
all
remember the other heroes' names.
they're
but
all working for the dragon.
Yeah,
the girl that
for their
turns into
internship.
yeah,
Mhm.
and they team up with the seal guy to take down this boat that has a bunch of chemicals to make the drugs that enhances your quirks.
Okay, and so they're doing some stuff with the villains right now.
Well, this was just it basically felt like filler. This episode, I'm sure it was in there, but it
Right.
just to show what they're doing in their internships.
Yeah,
But
which they're
before,
dragging out.
yeah, before that was they,
Obviously, they did the shit where Endeavor got the book and stuff like that.
yeah, that was 3 episodes ago.
Have you seen Hawks meet with the League of Villains yet?
A little bit. I don't know if it was the whole meeting, but he like went talked to him. And they're like, "Oh, nice, you're spreading the word of this book or whatever. You're doing better than we thought."
Okay.
And then he's like roaming that compound trying to find stuff, and this dude's like, "You can't come here."
So it is. How do I don't want to
It
like.
showed this person, but didn't show them. So I don't know if we know who the head of this is or not.
It's like a separate organization.
It looked
They're like a different place. It's not the League's hideout.
no.
Okay.
It had a lot of the leagues, everybody except for the guy with the hands, because it
Okay.
had the blue flame guy. It had
Dobby
it had the guy that has 2 personalities and can
twice.
yeah, and then it had the chick that stabs people and takes their blood.
Yeah. I don't remember her name.
And then it had a dude in shadows, and he was the main head guy.
Okay.
And yeah, and then that was it.
Okay. Man, they are going at a slow fucking pace.
I agree.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude.
I hope they speed it up because, like, honestly, the battles that they had were in between Class A and Class B. They were like garbage. Like there was
It's
only
so
like 2 good
disappointing.
episodes, and like that it was like 7 or 8 episodes, I think.
Yeah, that's so disappointing. Yeah, I watched all those. I didn't watch anything after it because I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm like, I'm getting very annoyed because this is not. I understand that they're not doing it. They're not gonna do exactly verbatim.
Right,
how
but
the
normally it
manga's
has the
pace
same
was.
tone or
Yeah. No, they're fucking dragging shit out for no reason at all.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, they did 2.
This whole season was supposed to be like, if you read the manga, there's that stuff in the beginning. Doesn't take that long though. It's like everything up to where you're at right now is like 6 chapters,
Wow.
maybe
crazy.
7.
Yeah, that's still crazy though.
And then
'cause
it's
been
like-
like 12.
Oh, here's like 15, 20 chapters of basically just the League of Villains.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if not more than that.
Yeah.
There's like a whole fucking arc that they have.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're about to get into that. I can't remember what I don't know if I watched the preview for next week's, but they
Watch, they're gonna fucking like speed through this shit.
they did 2 episodes with Endeavor.
And Midoriya and them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the 2 episodes before this one, and this
Okay.
one was literally just taking down this. They were talking about I can't remember what the drug's called because they had one name and now it's a different name. And yeah, these people would basically
Same thing that takes Mirio's quirk. Is that what you're talking about when he lost his?
sorta, but it's a different drug now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as strong, but
Right. It's like a temporary
boost to your quirk.
Yeah.
And they had the drugs. They had the chemicals to make the drug because they like destroyed this compound that was making it, and I guess stole the chemicals, and were taking it to a country in Europe,
Okay.
and that's how it ended.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like they're gonna be really disappointing and skip over like the villain stuff where they're like, oh, we're gonna make this happened over like 3 chapters, 1 episode.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Well, the season before they made Midoriya's main fight that was like 2 chapters long last half an episode, so
It was slideshows.
yeah. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it was
It's like,
literally like
I'm gonna
freeze frame.
skate on the air.
Yeah,
While he's throwing, it's like,
I mean, it
alright.
was still cool, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could have been so much better,
Yeah.
especially when they've done better in the same show. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what the fucking deal is with the like the animation
Whoever,
studio,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just being kind of disappointing. Making me glad that I just read the manga.
yeah, it's making me want to read it, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just like read like the stuff that you've watched.
I just don't know if, yeah, that's true. I guess to see
You
how
know
it's
what I mean?
different. That's why. That's like part of the reason
But
is
don't worry, as soon as you do that, you're gonna go, I'm not
I'll just read it. Yeah, I know I won't stop. That's part of the reason because I don't know. For some reason, when I read something and then I watch it, I'm like most of the time I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to do that. And then also, I mean, I don't hate reading, but I just don't want to sit down and do it because just watching it is more sensory detail.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it more.
Yeah.
And then when I read it, it makes me enjoy it less. So then I'm disappointed. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, like, I still watch everything. It just takes me longer to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'll watch a couple episodes, and then I might not watch a couple episodes for a month.
Right.
And then I might
Because I mean, you already know what happens. You
yeah.
don't.
So I mostly wait
You're not
until like
as
the
excited
next
for
big
it.
fight comes up
Yeah.
or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I will watch it, but whatever. Now,
Yeah.
like One Piece, I mean, at least like people can say what they want about like certain arcs, but like the whole Wano arc, like that shit's movie quality.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like I watch that shit week to week because it's just fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
That and like, yeah, obviously the pace of an anime is slightly slower than a manga because they can't just show here's a panel
Yeah.
of a guy punching a guy. No, they have
Right.
to show
The
how
whole
he
action,
got to punch
yeah.
that guy, right?
Yep.
Like, but like they're doing really good with the stuff. So that and like They're making like if you're like a One Piece fan and you're like watching the anime, or if you're just like I don't personally know people, but I've like talked to people and like seen YouTubers and stuff like that where they don't watch the anime, they just read.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you're missing out.
I mean, I can get that, but I would probably do both if I did read.
If it's a big fight, I want to watch it too.
Yeah.
Like, cause I want to see that shit.
Right. Because I mean, a fight probably is almost always better animated because then you get to see the action.
Right.
You don't just see panels of action.
Yeah, like in One Piece, they just spoiler alert. I won't reveal too much. They had I won't even say no spoilers. So they had a guy fighting another guy, and it only lasted in the newest chapter, and it only lasted like 2/3 of the chapter. Now the fight's probably not completely over, but like it was really high spectacle, really high intensity, fucking like balls to the wall. We're gonna go all out and not bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, wow, I'm surprised because normally in anime people are like,
Fuck her out a little bit.
No,
feel
they
each
were
other
like,
out.
nope, all out right now. I'm using my best attacks right now.
My finishers.
Yep, because he was literally like,
which honestly, I wish they would do more sometimes.
Sometimes
in anime,
sometimes,
like yeah, because it's like just it almost never happens.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you know you could just beat somebody's ass, just do it.
And this is like it's a somewhat main fight, but it's a side fight, right? It's not Luffy fighting.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like the way they're doing it was like they did like for literally like a half a page or like a page. They were like, oh, clash, and then the one guy was like, yeah, you're tough. I'm using my best attack right now, and that guy was like, okay, I'm using my best attack right now, and then they went at each other, and then he was like, all right, my best attack did some to you. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do another of my second best attack. And now you're unconscious. And I'm like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And just some animes do it really well and other ones don't. So My Hero did it very well for a while.
Yeah.
I mean.
I would say like in the beginning, like any fight with All Might.
Yeah.
That he just like, yep, I'm just going to go.
Yeah. Like I said, the only one like true disappointment that I've ran into was the reason I started reading the manga was because when he was gonna fight All For One, it was before the fight, but in that opening where you see him like laying on the ground and he like hunches over and like powers up and like shit's like, you know, like blowing up around him because he's unleashing like all of his power.
Right.
And he like his eyes were like glowing and like fucking shooting light out. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta see this shit. So I start reading and like I read the fight and everything and it was super dope. And then like they show that in the opening and then it doesn't even happen in the anime.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so he like landed, did a little hop and a skip and he's like, Bakugo, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say it was a little.
It was a good fight, but like the very beginning of it wasn't great.
I always think it's so weird when they put stuff that looks awesome in the intro that doesn't actually happen. It's like that's not the first show that's ever done that,
No.
and it's not going to be the last.
And like you can put stuff that like doesn't actually happen, but like
if you're gonna
don't make it overshadow the fight.
right, don't make it look sick as hell, and then make the fight look still cool, but
Right.
not that cool.
Right. You were like that intro got my fucking blood boiling,
Yeah,
and then the actual fight is like this is good, but it's not as good.
especially when at that point you're expecting it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and most of the time intros are stuff that I guess maybe like 60-40 intros have stuff that actually does happen, like.
Right. They show like engagements that are going to happen.
Yeah.
Or like.
And sometimes
small
it's the exact
snippets.
animation. Yeah.
Small snippet. Like didn't Fairy Tail do that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen still.
I really, really liked it. I mean, sometimes there was certain episodes that had pacing issues, but I think overall it has decent pacing and the action is really cool. Like I think the fight scenes are really well done, but then like some people think it's overrated. So like I don't know. I mean, it's like I don't think of something to compare it to, but I can't really think. It's like how I remember Yu Yu Hakusho, but I don't actually remember Yu Yu Hakusho that well. So
I remember like everything up to the Dark Tournament.
Yeah,
I
just
don't remember the Dark Tournament other than the very end of it.
I just don't remember any of it, honestly. Like I remember remembering it.
Yeah. Part of me kind of wants to rewatch it
Yeah,
Part of me kind of doesn't.
there's a lot of stuff I want to rewatch, but then I don't actually want to rewatch.
Right.
Like I don't want to take the time to rewatch
Right.
it because there's so many other things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I just don't have infinite time. If I had infinite time, I would totally rewatch
Right.
a lot of stuff. I want to rewatch now. I really want to rewatch the original Gundam again and Zeta Gundam, and I never watched Double Zeta, and I want to watch that now because I heard that it wasn't good, and you don't need to watch it. But I also heard that it's only like the first 1/3 that isn't good, and then it gets really good.
Okay. So a lot of people just didn't give the time to finish it.
I think so, and I don't know. I'll watch stuff that isn't good anyways. Like I'll have to finish it once I start it.
Right.
Like, most of the time, unless it's like really terrible.
Right. Yeah. Same here. There's only been like maybe a handful of anime that I've started and not finished.
Yeah, and building that computer, the Zaku 2 computer, I really got me back into Gundam. So I watched. They had Origins, which it like shows how literally the whole Universal Century War and everything started, and that was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting because it wasn't. First, they're like hour-long episodes. I think there's 8 of them.
Okay.
In the first like 3, there barely was any action, and like it was mostly just like explaining and stuff.
Okay.
But then it picked up a little more. I guess I didn't realize. I mean, it makes sense that it's called Gundam Origin.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna show more of like also what happened during the original Gundam too, just like show more of it. But what I did find yesterday when I was like looking at Gundam stuff is they're coming out with, it literally looks like Overwatch, but it's just Gundam.
Oh.
And I really
It's
hope
going to be released in the West.
No, probably not. I really hope it does.
Right.
I really, really hope it does because it looks really cool. It's first person most of the time, except when you're using your abilities. It literally is just the gameplay is exactly like Overwatch, except it's Gundams.
Okay.
Like because it has Barbados in it. It has the original Gundam. It has like DOMs and stuff. So it just looks really cool, and it looks like something that would do well over here. And it's free to play, so
that's cool. Yeah, it's free to play. I mean,
I just don't see why they wouldn't. The only reason is they would have to make servers for over here,
True.
Which I can't.
Do a test, do a beta over here.
Right. And
see what the beta does.
Well, I mean, I guess they're gonna probably see how it does in Japan first because
right.
it's not even in beta in Japan yet. They're doing a beta at the beginning of August.
Okay.
So right now there's only a teaser for it, but it looked really cool from that trailer.
Yeah, I've been playing that. Well, I played it last night for the first time. That SD Gundam game.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
The only thing I will say is they don't tell you anything.
Nope.
You just start playing it, and I was like,
"What am I doing?
I can't use my controller." Okay, even though it says to hit A or B.
Oh, really?
You can't use my controller.
You couldn't use your controller?
Wouldn't let me.
I use this thing.
I don't know.
And it just detects the control pad as a Xbox controller.
I don't know. Like, maybe it's my Steam, because even when I went to play One Piece Power Warriors 4, I had to go in my Steam, into my settings, and then reactivate it as using an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
But I did that, so it should do it for all games.
Well, it depends
like
on
that have controller support.
You did it in like overall in Steam, the Steam big picture. Okay, then yeah. Because you can do it per game also.
I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, I used keyboard and mouse and it was fine because I literally just like sat back like this.
Yeah,
I didn't have to do any. The only thing I had to use my mouse for was when I went to pass turn, I would have to like right click.
Oh, really?
Because right click is back.
Hit or backspace or something.
Oh, maybe I could hit backspace. I don't know. I didn't try that. But yeah, I just like sat there, WSAD to move it, and then or escape. Yeah, I could have hit that. WSAD to move it, space to like confirm stuff, right click to back, and then that was it.
Yeah, I wish that they would come out with the one before that one over here, because it only came out on PS Vita and PS4.
Okay.
Which you can import it and play it, because I have it on the Vita. I haven't played it yet, but I will eventually, because that one has all of Universal Century, which I think is mainline Gundam, and I think is the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that you have, the Cross Ray,
yeah,
that one is all the side Gundam.
Yeah,
so
I noticed
it's like,
it has a lot of the stuff like it's got like Wing and
yeah, it's got Wing, Seed Destiny, I think G Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, and then like the spin-offs of Seed, like Seed Astray,
yeah.
and
I think it had Char in it, right?
I don't think so.
It
probably had
Is there a guy that looks exactly like him?
Yep,
Okay.
from Seed, Seed Destiny. But
Okay.
yeah, I know he literally wears a mask. He
Yep.
has blonde hair.
Yep. He has red on, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm like, but that doesn't look like his mobile suit.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell?
and in Seed Destiny, they even get like mobile suits that look exactly like ones from Universal Century. Like they have Zaku's, they have
Okay.
Goofs, and then those were all introduced in regular Gundam,
Mm.
which is so weird. I mean, it's cool, but it's weird at the same time. They look slightly different, but
You know what I
overall-
wish they would do? Even if they just remaster it or re-release it, is come back out with those 2D Gundam fighting game.
Yeah,
Like they had on the PS1. I
one
think.
and two.
Yeah.
I
It
think.
was so fun. They had
Yeah.
so many Gundams, and like it was dope. Me
Yeah,
and Derek and Tyler used to play that shit when we were little all the time.
yeah, it was like Battle Assault, maybe.
I want to look it up.
I think it was
because I
Battle
wanna know.
Assault and Battle Assault 2 and Battle Assault 3. I think they might have all been on PlayStation 1. Maybe type PS1 or PS2. Oh, Battle Assault. I think that is it.
Where?
The first link right there.
There? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gundam Battle Assault. What is with all this shit?
Because they also had so many pop-ups.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Because I had, there's also one on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, this is the wiki just for that one game.
I think it was 1 and 2. It said.
Battle Assault, right?
I think so. Because I think I'm thinking of the Dragon Ball Z game where it was like Dragon Ball Z Battle 22 or something.
Yeah, Battle 22.
Why? yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
definitely had that. Or no, I don't think I had the original. I
I don't think we did.
I think I had Battle Assault 2.
I think we had 2 or 3.
I can't remember.
This is the cover for 2. Let me pull this.
I don't remember that either. I'll be right back, Nico.
Okay. I'm going to try to find these. So this is Battle Assault 2, which looks vaguely familiar, but oh my god, $127? How do you know? So we'll do 3. Battle Assault 3. It looks like there wasn't a third one. Yeah, so there's 1 and 2. Battle Assault 1 and 2. So I think it was Battle Assault 2. I'm going to look up I guess I can get rid of game and fighting because that's irrelevant now that we know what the game's titled. Battle Assault 2 videos. I'm just going to go to, I don't know why I'm being difficult, but we're going to go to YouTube. So Gundam Battle Assault 2. Yeah, it was definitely 2 that I played when I was younger. So we're going to open this up here and skip this stupid ass ad. Yeah, this was definitely what I played. Yeah, because they had a bunch of the Gundams from all the other series, and they had the red Zaku, because that was the one that I used a lot. And I think there was a brown Zaku or something like that. This was the one I played for sure. Was Battle Assault 2.
Yeah, it looks familiar.
Let's get into.
I played
100%.
I played the yeah, this is definitely
Wow.
the one. It looks older than I remember.
Yeah, for sure.
I played the original one on like those handheld emulators that I have.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool too. I think this one has a lot more G Gundam stuff.
Yeah, this
in
one
it.
had quite a few characters. Like, if I back it up here, this is like the roster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24 characters. Or no, 32.
36.
32.
6 times 6, 32 or 36. Yeah.
Is it 30? Yeah. Math.
6 times 5 is 30.
Yeah.
Plus 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of G and then a lot of original. And I don't see anything from...
Unless I'm confused, because
Anything else?
I specifically, like, I played the red
Oh,
Zaku
wing.
for sure, but I also played, there was a brown one that I played. It was like a light brown.
I was stupid then, and I like G Gundam.
I don't even know what G Gundam is.
It-
Oh,
Burning Gundam.
I remember. Nope, it was definitely this game because that fucking giant,
Yep, the
giant green.
camera-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
oh,
played
that one?
thing? Yeah, that
Oh.
thing.
For some reason, because they also have another big one that's it doesn't have legs.
Oh,
It has
okay.
arms instead.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you picked that. It was like, you literally did you're just admitting you didn't know how to play the game.
That one. That is not. I guess it's not as big as I remember.
Okay.
But
I remember that one too. Yep.
I remember that move was so annoying.
I remember dude. I want this game. $127.
Well,
US.
Just. Oh, I own it somewhere. So I could just emulate it because I own it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
I love New Gundam. I need to get a model for that. I also need to build the models I have.
Yeah.
When I built your model, when I built the the Greys, I think. The big one with the axes from.
Oh yeah, from Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I built that, I bought one of the like generic mobile suits, like just the generic army mobile suit.
Yeah. Was that? Wait. No, I bought Ricky one, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I still haven't built that, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
And Ricky bought me Red Astray, and I still haven't built that. And then I have that Char's Zaku 2 that I want to build. That I was originally going to build to put inside my PC, but there's not room.
Cannot fit.
Yeah. Luckily, I have one that's about this big
The same thing.
of Char Zaku 2. Yeah.
I know they have those little
not a
ones that
model,
are like this
but-
big that you could get.
Yeah, I have and then they also, this one's, it's like sort of SD, but it's not quite SD.
Okay.
It's like halfway in between. It like does have a slightly bigger head, but the body is still like almost proportional to that.
Okay.
Like child size.
Gotcha.
But because then I have a little SD Zaku, just a Zaku 1 that's like, it literally is an eraser.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's like this big and it's like super SD. It's like
Okay.
big head, tiny body.
Yeah.
And then I have normal ones, they're normal proportions, but it's like it was a model, but they're only this big.
Yeah, I have
And then
two of those because they're
yeah.
like very minimal parts.
Yeah. You just basically clip
like the arm is
bodies.
apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clip the body and then clip the arms and stuff onto
Yep.
them.
Do you have anything else?
Oh yeah. They're coming out with a Nickelodeon Smash Bros game,
Yeah, I like heard someone talking about it. I think it was Joey was talking about it.
and it like legit might be good
Really?
because it's made by the people that made Slap City. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I've heard of it,
It's
but
it's a Smash clone. I know Tyler played it for a decent amount, and like it was actually a good game. Like
okay.
like it was a well done Smash clone, where like the movement was really good, the characters had in-depth moves and stuff, and they're developing it,
Okay.
so it might be good.
So it's got like obviously SpongeBob cast like Sandy, Patrick, SpongeBob.
Yeah, Danny Phantom's in it.
Cool.
Helga, is that her name from Hey Arnold?
Is Hey Arnold and Gerald in it?
I don't think so.
So it's just Helga.
Helga, and I think there's one other Hey
You
Arnold
should have the
character.
Stoop Kid in it.
They have Nigel Thornberry.
All right.
I
They
can't.
have Donnie. If they don't have Donnie, you're doing a disservice.
I don't know. I don't think.
Donnie's literally an animal.
Well, I'm pretty sure they didn't. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I don't think they announced all of the characters yet, but what else do they have?
What's it called? It's just called Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon All Star Brawl.
Did they say what platforms it's going to be on, Derek asked?
I don't know. I don't know if they announced it yet.
Yeah, Derek, we were just looking at like Gundam Assault 2 and stuff like that for like the
Oh,
PS1, the
shit.
Gundam fighting games. I don't know if you remember, we used to play that shit all the time. What does it say?
Well, I was just thinking they have Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
If they put him and Korra, this could be like a sick game. Like
Yeah.
I would legit play it.
'Cause who else could they have? Like, what other like cartoons that they have that?
Well, I think it's awesome that they have Danny Phantom.
Right,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
Ninja Turtles. They have 2 Ninja Turtles. They have
Okay.
Mike or they have Donatello, which is blue. What's the
One's red.
orange one?
Orange.
Orange is Mike.
Michelangelo.
Oh no. Raphael's
Raphael's red.
But they have Michelangelo and Donatello, or
Okay.
not Donatello, Leonardo.
Leonardo. Okay.
And then Sandy, they have a character from All Real Monsters.
Okay.
Reptar.
Dope. They have Spike.
From what?
Rugrats.
Oh no.
No.
I think it's just gonna be Reptar. I don't think they can put. They could put babies in it, but
They put like Tommy riding Spike. Or they could put Phil with his fucking shitty inventions, and you're like, there's
it's like a randomizer.
Yeah, there's a mechanic where it like could randomly break and hurt you instead.
They have this toast-headed ripped dude. I don't know who that is. They have Ren and Stimpy characters. I don't know who. Why is there not just a list of characters?
That's weird. So it's just the image.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but if they had put Aang and like Korra and
Yeah.
other people like that, I think that would be sick. If they could put Fairly. Oh, here's a list.
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
no.
Fairly Odd Parents. They could put Jorgen von Strangle in it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it would go to all consoles, but
Oh yeah, I would bet that it does.
the only thing I'm not sure if it would go to would be PC.
Because like the Nickelodeon Racers is on everything. Even that's on PC.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I would assume.
Well, this article is terrible.
Yeah, that could be cool. I heard Nick and or not Nick, Joey and Greg talking about it a little bit.
Oh, here's the whole thing. Helga, Danny Phantom, Sandy Cheeks, Zim,
Oh, Zim, nice.
Nigel Thornberry, Michelangelo, Leonardo, SpongeBob, Patrick, Reptar, Lincoln Loud, Lucy Loud. I don't know what the Loud House is.
I don't know.
Oblina from All Real Monsters, and Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Butter toast, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that could be good. If that's like the base roster, I feel like it's a little small. But I mean,
Yeah.
that could just be what they were like. Well, this is what we know is going to be
Oh,
out.
yeah.
right
I think
now.
that's just, I don't think they've announced everybody
Right.
yet.
Huh.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl will be released for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Okay, so everything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thought that was crazy that, like, I hope that it's good because it has potential.
I think
And
it's like a $30 game.
I think if it is cheaper, it'll be 40, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know. How much was the racing one? I think that was 40.
Was it? I don't remember.
They just came out with the second one, I thought.
Okay.
Uh,
Nickelodeon Kart Racers, I think it was what it was called.
Kart Racers 2.
Kart
yeah.
Racers, yeah. And they put like the SpongeBob
Yeah, it was
games
on
on
Steam,
PC,
yeah.
so it was like that and the remaster of Battle for Bikini Bottom, which I kind of want to buy if it goes on like a good sale. That game was actually
Yeah.
fun on the PS. Was it on the PS1? PS2.
I think it was on like PS2 and GameCube.
I think so.
Pretty sure it
yeah.
was on GameCube.
I think I had it on Xbox actually.
Well, it's only $20 now, so I don't know.
That's what it says.
The Racer.
The Racers.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
I don't know what it came out as.
I wouldn't
Oh.
imagine more than 40, maybe 30. I don't imagine it being very expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you know how we were talking about how the what fuck is that called? Game Pass
Yeah.
port for Nier Automata was way better than the Steam one.
Yeah, yeah.
They finally fixed the Steam one.
Okay.
They like fixed there was so many things they fixed on it. It was like a huge list. So
Nice. Yeah,
I thought
that's
that
cool.
was cool. And then Pokemon Unite comes out the 21st.
Okay.
So like 3 days.
There's it took them long enough.
Yeah, no, it really did.
Like,
What, that came out
Been
like
out for
2018?
fucking a long time.
like
Yeah.
3 years.
The Singing City, they need to do that too because it's a different port than it is for on Steam. It's a different port than it is on other stores or whatever.
That's stupid.
Well,
Why?
Well, that apparently that's because the developers, so the creators of the game, and the studio itself had like quarrel where they wanted like this product sent out at this time or whatever, and then the developers or whatever finished it or something. So then it's like a different port for. I'm butchering this, but they had a lawsuit basically, and the Singing City version that's on Steam that got released is not the exact same version as the one that they finished and actually put out later.
Weird.
So there's something going on with it. I don't know exactly what. I remember I read it a while ago. It's been a thing going on for a while
they would
now.
just update it.
Well, there was a problem that the dev team was specifically telling that people not to buy it on Steam.
Oh, really?
Because they were in an active lawsuit, and the publishers were trying to milk money out of it before they lost the lawsuit or something like that. So I don't know, I bought it. It was a dirt cheap sale. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Did you play it or?
Not yet. And I bought it, and then like 2 days later, I saw them. They're like, "Don't buy it on Steam."
Oh.
Apparently, like
at least it was on
apparently
sale.
there's like some like textures that are like clay. Like they're not finished. There's unfinished textures, or there's like a couple different things that play out differently because of the way that they released it or something.
It's not like
playable.
terrible. Yeah.
No, it's just not as
Kind of
polished.
sucks. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah, because it was on Switch before it came to PC.
Right. Yeah, I know it was like super advertised for Switch.
Yeah.
It was like timed exclusive on Switch.
Yep,
Because it
for
didn't
like
even come out
couple
on
months.
other consoles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I kind of like it when they do that for stuff because that means the Switch is getting support, but
Right.
it also just sucks for people. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
but I forgot to tell you that I ended up actually getting pre-order on the Switch OLED.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't get the white one, which is what I wanted. But
Right.
I figured I can always just swap out the Joy-Con things
Right.
anyways.
What's the back? Is it black?
Yeah,
Does
even
it
on the
look like the
even on the
regular
white
Switch?
one was black.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's just the Joy-Cons
it's
that
the
are white?
Joy-Con and the dock. But I can also I think I could just buy a white dock. I'm not positive though.
Yeah. I'm sure you could buy a white backplate too.
Probably.
I thought the back was white too. I was like, damn.
I'm pretty sure
cool.
it's not
Damn.
because the front isn't.
It's a little disappointing.
Yeah, but I forgot that GameStop's pre-orders are different in store than they are online.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been to GameStop like 2 years.
I still have Monster Hunter Stories pre-ordered up there. I'm sure they sold my
Oh,
copy,
yeah.
but
Well, that would just I don't know when that. Well, I doubt it would sell out.
I don't know. They probably aren't holding it though.
Probably not. You still have the money.
Yeah, I think I had $10 on it, so
Yeah, I had to put 50 on the Switch OLED.
it makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, I figure I'll get it on release day so I can at least make a video on it, and then
Right.
I've never even owned any other color Joy-Cons besides the gray anyways. Like I've only owned the gray and then swapped the gray
Right.
plates out for something different. So
Hmm.
I figured it didn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I bought this shirt and Skyward Sword. I guess I'll just give all of my money to GameStop while I'm here.
Fuck it. Skyward Sword was 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, kind of sucks, but what are you
Probably
gonna
could have
do?
got it at Walmart for 50.
Probably, I didn't think about that.
Maybe.
But yeah, it depends on the game, but
Right.
I didn't even think to go look. I don't
Watch,
know.
you're gonna go up there like next week and you're gonna see it for 50.
Oh well. Already opened
Should
it.
have bought the return thing so you could just return.
Give me my money back. I'm gonna go buy it at Walmart. But yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's all I had. Just really hope that gun game comes here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out, people. Thanks for watching and all that. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, here on Twitch, everything like that. The Chaotic Nerds with a Z. you like One Piece, check out those videos on YouTube as well.
You can follow me or check me out on YouTube, Marco1458, gaming, technology, about to be PC gaming stuff.
So, thanks again. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, all that. See you later.
Bye.
Peace.